All right, there is a new feature added to Marvel Strike Force in the last patch where if you go into the options, you can actually just straight up delete your account. And this is very concerning because of what if you accidentally push this button? What if you let your son or daughter, maybe your niece or nephew, play your game and they get into this menu and they press the account deletion button? What is this? Why is it here? And what will happen if you do push the button? I did send a message to customer support and I said, delete account option. If I accidentally delete my account, how long do I have to restore it? And they sent me a message back. And the message is very alarming. It says, as for your inquiry regarding the account deletion button in game, once you finalize the process for account deletion, you will no longer be able to recover your account. This means that all of your items and virtual currency that you earned or purchased in-game and related account data will be lost. Also, you will not be refunded for unused items you may have purchased. Wow. Why is this in this game? And at first I was like pretty annoyed that Scopely would put this into the game. It doesn't seem like that would be in their best interest to do this. And I did some more research, and it turns out that this is actually something that is mandated by iTunes. Now, which is interesting that this was mandated by iTunes, but yet right here in the game right now, I'm playing on Android. So it was mandated by iTunes on Apple devices, but it looks like it got put into both versions, the Android and the iTunes version of the game. So this is kind of annoying. Remember, this is the same iTunes people that basically removed this get access code from the iTunes version. Now they've created a process where it's mandatory for the developers to have an account deletion. Let's take a look at what it says. Offering account deletion in your app starting June 30th of 2022. Apps submitted to the App Store that support account creation must also let users initiate deletion of their account within the app. Deleting an account removes the account from the developer's records, along with any data associated with the account that the developer isn't legally required to maintain. Providing this capability gives people more control of the personal data they've shared. If you're updating an app or submitting a new app with account creation, please read the guidance below to prevent delays in review. So this is basically put into effect by iTunes, Apple, and it's mandatory as of June 30th. Now, I could see where this would make sense with like Facebook. Let's say I don't want to have Facebook anymore. And it's like, well, just deleting it off my phone doesn't mean that all the data is gone from Facebook's server. Maybe I don't want Zuckerberg to have all of my information anymore. So this is something that I would actually want if it had like my personal information and I didn't want them to have it. I didn't want them to sell it. Didn't want them to harvest my information. But this seems a bit extreme here in Marvel Strike Force. And I'm going to actually push the button just to show you what it does here in a moment. Account deletion guidance. Account deletion is a significant decision for the user. No kidding. No kidding. And like, I also asked them, how much money have I spent on the game? I don't know if you noticed that, but I asked this like, also, how much money have I spent on the game? You can actually message customer support and they'll tell you how much money you've spent on the game. And I'm afraid to share how much money I spent on the game. Maybe that'll be for another video. All right. Make the account deletion option easy to find in your app. Typically, it's included in the account settings. Okay. Offer to delete the entire record along with associated personal data. You may include additional options, but only offering to temporarily deactivate or disable an account is insufficient. It has to be a permanent scorched earth policy. Your account has to be wiped entirely. People need to visit a web page to finish deleting their account. Include a link directly to the page on your website where they can complete this process. And then it says, keep users informed. If the deletion request will take additional time to complete, let them know. If your app supports in-app purchases, help people understand how billing and cancellations will be handled. Well, they're very explicit on that. You will not be refunded for unused items you have made purchased. Oh my God. And so here's I have a couple issues with this. Like, I did some more research and I went and looked at another game, Rise of Kingdoms, where they actually gave people like 15 days to change their mind. Apparently, that is not the case here. I'm going to push the button here, and I tested this on another account just to make sure it was safe. Like, I did research before I actually had the gall to push it. But when you press account deletion, I'm actually a little nervous. Are you sure you want to delete your account? If you submitted an account deletion request, you lose your in-game progress, all items and virtual currency that you earned or purchased in-game, and related account data. You will not be refunded for unused items you may have purchased. This action is permanent, and your account cannot be recovered once deleted. To proceed with account deletion, click continue before. No, we're not going to do that. But it's kind of interesting that other games have like a from what I've seen, a 15-day window to recover. And this also, comes up with some other questions. What about people that account share? This is kind of scary. Or what about people that do like buy accounts from other people? How do they stop the person that they bought the account from going back in here and deleting the account? I don't know the answer to the question. I'm sure there's a way of changing the Facebook logins or something like that. I'm not really sure. But it's something, if you're going to do those things, which I believe is against the terms of service anyways, account sharing and buying and selling of accounts. But just keep in mind that there is this account deletion button. And my suggestion is to do whatever you do to prevent other people from having access to this. I doubt that anybody would be malicious, but I guess it's possible. I haven't seen anybody or heard of any problems like this. I haven't seen anybody talk about this, but it's something to keep, in the back of your head, that if you're going to do that, this is also a possibility now. Thanks to Apple's and iTunes. It's kind of scary when you consider how much money, certain people have spent on the game. Even if you haven't spent money on Marvel Strike Force, your time is not free, and you have spent a lot of time playing the game. Even if you're free to play, it would be an absolutely devastating thing to have your account deleted, by accident by a child, or, if you've shared account and somebody was being malicious, or if you bought an account and they were being malicious. I don't think that's too likely to happen, but it certainly is a possibility. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.